Hey guys, Ben Hart here with Natural Music, and I am going to talk about how we can add some more interesting chords to the song, The Old Rugged Cross. So let me play the first part of it, and then I'll talk about how to do it. Okay, so let's talk about how to do that right there. Just adding some different chords in there. We're in the key of G 3/4 time. Let's start out with the lead-in notes, B, C, and then we're going to go to this, it's in the key of G, but we're gonna play a G with a major 7 in there. So we're gonna do octave D, and then the F sharp, which is the, the 7 there, the major 7, and then add the B. If you can reach that. If you can't reach the B, you could do the A, and that adds the 9 in there. That's okay too. And if you can only do 3 notes, that's all right. Or you can do it like this. But I'm going to reach and grab all of these. So, all right. And then I'm gonna go. All right, so here is the melody line goes to a note that's out of the scale. I won't bore you with too much theory, but I'm gonna play some diminished chords here. So I'm gonna go, and then back to a G major 7, just a 3-finger one, the F sharp, B, and D. So here's what I'm doing here for this diminished. We're going to call this a C sharp diminished 7. And if you don't know what that is, you can just follow these notes, and that's for another lesson when we do a little bit more, maybe theory on why that's called that. E, G, A sharp, C sharp. And I'm going to kind of roll from this A sharp in the left hand to here. You don't have to do that. You could just hit the C sharp with that. You go, or just go. I like the roll. Or you could roll this one, like that. That sounds fine. And then we're going to move the E up here, and we're going to call this an E diminished 7, and that's G, A sharp, C sharp, and then E up here. And then I'm going to roll from the C sharp to the E, or you can just hit the E or roll this like that. And then I'm going to go down here with an octave G or a chord G, either one you want to do. And then in the right hand, I'm going to play this G, but I'm going to drop the thumb down to the F sharp, which gives it the major 7 and gives it the sound we're looking for. So far we got. See kind of what sound we're going to? We're kind of playing pretty chords and reharmonizing around the melody. And I roll in my left hand there, G, D, and G. And then, all right. And you can roll there too, or just hit the chord. Depends on how much sustain your piano has and the sound you're looking for. And now I'm gonna go, all right, so I'm gonna play the C major 7 in here. So C, E, G, and B. And I'm gonna hit this G first, and then I'm gonna fall and go F sharp, slide down to F, to E, I'm gonna go. And when I hit that E is when I'm gonna hit this. All right? And then I'm going to do some more diminished chords and go. All right, so these, and I'm leaving the melody on top. I'm playing diminished chords around them. So F sharp, A, and then C, and then this D sharp, which we're gonna call this a D sharp diminished 7. And I'm gonna slide from C up to, hit all those notes in between, up to this D sharp. And then I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna invert that a little bit, and I'm gonna slide this from this D sharp up to this F sharp, and hit this chord right here. Same notes as the other one, but we're gonna call it an F sharp diminished 7. A, C, D sharp, F sharp. And then we're gonna go to this C major 7. G, B, and E. And then we're gonna roll the octave C with the G in the middle of it. All right, so far we got. All All right. So now we're going to go to a D chord, and we're going to do this little lead line, D, E, and F sharp. All right, and then we're going to roll this D down here, octave D kind of shape, but we're going to go D, A, then D, and go D, E, and then when we hit that F sharp, we're going to start that roll. All right, so that's all we're going to do. And then we're going to go G, the shape of a C, but we're going to hold this D down there. We're going to sustain that. G and E, F sharp and D. So, and then we're going to hit this D octave again. When we're going to do a C shape up here, just the shell of it, E and C. And then keep that sustained, and then play F sharp and D. And then while holding that down, hit this C, make it a D7. Because that is a shell of a D, then D7. And all right, and then we're going to hit a little twinkle from the B to C back to B. So here we go. And then we'll roll this G, G, D, and G. And then we're gonna then hit that B right there. So G, D, G, and cross over and hit a B. And then while holding the sustain pedal down, we're going to play this D. It's kind of like we're playing it over a G, so it's kind of like a a major 7 with a 9 in there. But we'll just call it a D with a G down here. And we'll go up to this G. So A, D, and F sharp, and then up to this G, B, D, and G. Or you can just hit a single note G. All right, so we got... And now we're gonna hit a C with a D. Okay? And then we're gonna repeat all that again from the very beginning. Okay, so let's play to that point. We've got, let's play the very beginning, because the second half is a lot of the same, and then we'll do this, though, at the end. Let's go over that right there. So after we go... All right, so that's the same. But instead of going down to the C right here, we're going to go... we're going to A, B, and then C and A, and then G. And so we're going to go A octave, or... Yeah, we'll just do A octave. And then go down to a D octave. It's a G with a D down there. And then we're going to play a D, so these two notes can turn to a D, which will be F sharp and A. All right? And then we're going to play a G suspended, so a G octave down here, and we're going to go, so C, D, and G. And then we're going to come down here and play C, D, and G, single note, and then to a G chord, and let it resolve down to a regular G chord from the G suspended, B, D, and G. Okay? And then we'll get into the chorus. That's for another lesson. Okay, so let me play the whole thing in the right, see if I can remember everything I did. So. Oh, I'm gonna add that in there. Octave G with C and D. Just a C kind of 9 chord, and then do it again. And you'll notice in the left hand, I just always kind of roll when I need more notes, and it depends on the sustain of the piano or how much reverb's on it or what I'm looking for. So don't be afraid to, within the chord, play that, unless we're playing like, the G with the D. You can look at naturalmusicstore.com and go to the lyrics and chords, and you can type in the Old Rugged Cross, and you can hear the demo that I played, and it should be really, really close to that, if not perfectly that. And you can look at the actual chords. But that is how I play the verse on this, and I kind of reharmonize, maybe a solo even. You could play this, an invitation type song of Old Rugged Cross. Hope you enjoyed this lesson, and the rest of it will be up on the full lessons on the website for the paid membership people that love to learn how to play Southern Gospel piano. Thank you so much for watching this, and we will see you at the next lesson.